Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 5 best cards at each position here in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Got 25 different cards on this list. Did not want to go ahead and rank any of these cards twice, so it's 25 unique cards. So, like, for example, 100 overall Kareem is only going to be at one position. That, like, cards that could be on this list at multiple positions are only going to be on here at one. So, with that being said, without further ado, let's get right into the video. We'll start off at number 5 at the point guard position. Number 5, I'm going to go with Zach LaVine. If he was like 6'6", I think he'd be number 4. But 6'5", I don't know. He's a tiny bit small for me on the defensive end of the court. That being said, he's an elite slasher. His shot is really good. And his movement, I mean, his drag back is elite. The rest of his SIGs, honestly, I would not say are all that crazy. Definitely a very good card, but number 5 feels like the right spot for him. Number 4 is going to be Shavonte Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, but the Galaxy Opal version. Even though he's not that great on the defensive end of the court, he's still so good offensively. One of the best offensive cards in the game, even as an Opal, that I still think he cracks the top 5 at the point guard position, despite being a Opal and, I mean, theoretically being a little bit outdated at this point. The card is that good. Number 3, you know, I just realized I forgot somebody. I'm sorry, LaVine, you are getting cut off of this list. Number 4 is going to be Cade Cunningham. I apologize, but I realized I forgot somebody on this list, so we are pivoting as we go, and Cade goes to number 4, 6'6" point guard, smooth release, really solid defender, got off the dribble ability as well, good finisher around the rim. I'm a big fan of Cade. I think I'm definitely one of the people who is the highest on Cade in this game. I think he is an elite PG, and I think he's a guy who does a lot of things really well on the court and holds his own defensively too. I like his player build. I mean, he is solid. Number 3, the card I forgot, Draymond Green. I understand his shot's not that insane. I don't care. It's good enough, and he's incredibly fast, very bulky player build, incredible defender. Awesome finisher, and honestly, his no-dip shot is fine. He's not a primary ball handler, but not every point guard needs to be a primary ball handler. Put him next to scorers, the 2 and the 3, and he is one of the best point guards in the game. I'm a big fan of what Draymond provides. Best defensive PG in the game. Number 2 is going to be Clyde Drexler, who obviously not everything stat and badge-wise at 6'7" with the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander escape is insane, but his shot is not that great, and that Steph drag back is not that insane. Besides the escape, I wouldn't say his SIGs are that insane. He's got a good escape, good dribble style, but realistically, as glitchy as he is, I do not think that he is actually better than Dark Matter Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I do think Dark Matter SGA is the best point guard in the game. Not quite as good defensively or size-wise or as a finisher as Clyde is, but still an elite finisher. Better jumper than Clyde has, 100%. Better overall movement, in my opinion, especially with that Shai escape. Having Kemba drag back is such a good combination with Shai escape because of the amount of space that can create. And I think Steph's drag back and a worse jumper for Clyde hurts him more than his size, and his slashing and his defense help him, in my opinion. That's why he's number 2. That's why Shai is number 1. Moving on to the shooting guard position. The shooting guard position is another one that's kind of tough to rank, to be honest. At number 5, I'm going to go with Julius Erving still. Still that man offensively and honestly defensively too. I wish his shot was a bit better at this point. That's my one criticism. But elite movement, elite slashing, really good defender. Still a great card. I will say if you stick shoot, and I do, I don't find his shot that amazing anymore. There are better, but he's still a top 5 shooting guard. Number 4, Franz Wagner. I love this Franz card, man. He's 6'10", really nice release, can attack off the dribble very effectively, has good SIGs, good slashing, great defense, especially for a 6'10" dude. Very switchable defender, which I think is a huge plus. I'm a big fan of what Franz Wagner provides on the court. I think he's one of the more underappreciated cards in my team right now, honestly. Just because, I mean, he's not that insane. I say underappreciated. That's not true. He's just not that insanely expensive, and I think he's really good. I think a lot of people, to be fair, have this next card, Rudy Gay, or are planning on getting him, which obviously he's a bit better than Franz, and I think that might have driven Franz's price down a little bit. But Rudy, to me, just a little bit more like meta with his movement maybe than Franz is. That's probably the one area where I think he's a little better, maybe a little better in terms of jump shot consistency. Franz's shot can get a little bit of load ups and stuff. Also a great defender, elite slasher, like really great card. I think Rudy is one of the very best shooting guards in the game, and obviously an incredible card. And honestly, you could argue him even a little higher if you wanted to. I go Paul George at number 2. PG's that man. He's so good as an off the dribble slasher, defender, can attack off the dribble with his SIGs, and honestly, his shot's really good too on very quick. I think he's an absolute stud. Definitely would have been the #1 shooting guard in the game, but I'm not going to lie. I know nobody has this card. 100 overall, Grant Hill's the best shooting guard in the game. His shot is Michael Porter Jr. base with Brandon Ingram upper. It is an absolutely incredible jumper. With D-Book dribble style, Kimba escape, he's got the movement as well that you're looking for at the shooting guard position, and obviously the 99 everything stats and badges. I think this is one of the most, not underrated because he's $2,000, but like just one of the most overlooked cards in my team, which honestly is a good thing. I'm glad that there are very few people that seem to have gotten these ultimate reward players from this fresh festival, because as good as Grant Hill is, he's not that much better than any of the other guys in this list. The gap is not huge. I don't see why anybody would spend $2,000 on this card. That's what I'm saying. Moving on to the small forward position, we have at number 5, LeBron James. I do think LBJ is amazing. I will say, all 5 of these cards on this list are very interchangeable in terms of the order in which you want to put them. And there's even guys like, I didn't put Tom Chambers on this list, but you could add him if you want to score, especially. There are so many good small forwards, and this is a very interchangeable list in terms of the way that you rank them. This was a tough part of the list to rank for me. But Bron at 5 feels right, does everything great except for off the dribble ability. And honestly, at number 4 is Paulo, who is even bigger and even better in a lot of ways than Bron. But I will say Paulo, to criticize him, shot might not be quite as good as LeBron's. Dunk animations might not be quite as good. So again, it's very opinion-based. Chris Webber's more of a threat off the dribble than Paulo is at number 3, but C. Webb doesn't have that great of a shot. I'd say Bron and Paulo have better shots, but still a 6'10", incredibly switchable defender with Paul George escape, can attack off the dribble. Again, where do you want to rank these guys? It's very, very tough to put this list together. I will say, I love this Luol Deng card at number 2. I understand he does not quite have the stats and badges of a Webber and Apollo, but he's not that far off, and his animations are great. Can really create off the dribble a bit, which is really valuable, and I love his shot too. I think arguably the best shot on this list so far. Really a big fan of what Luol does. But at the number 1 spot on the list, I decided to go with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Reason being, I think he's the most switchable defender in the game, basically, except for maybe like 100 overall Wilt / Kareem. But Giannis, I mean, 6'11", unbelievable defender, gets amazing defense animation. Shot is much better now. Actually a little bit glitchy in terms of his movements as well. Giannis is an amazing card, but I don't think it's unreasonable to, like, if you want to put him at 5 on this list because he's the worst shooter here, you could do that. It really is opinion at the small forward position, I think, with these guys, plus like Tom Chambers and a couple other small forwards. There are so many elite small forwards. Just run the one you feel like fits your play style is what I would recommend. At the power forward position, I do think it's a little easier to rank. Wilt Chamberlain's going to be my number 5. His shot's just not very good. He's got basic SIGs. If those things weren't true, this card would be very high on the list. But unfortunately, those hold back even 100 overall, 7'1", 8-foot wingspan Wilt Chamberlain. Not a very good jumper. Bad SIGs. That matters. Number 4 is Alex Sarr, who obviously does not have the same stats as a Wilt, but he's much better movement-wise. He's got a much better release, and I will say, similar in size. I do think, despite not being as fast and as versatile, that he is overall a better card than Wilt because of his animations. Number 3 is going to be Tim Duncan, who is also really, really good. Nice jumper, great defender, fast, versatile, switchable, athletic, really good card, and I just realized I forgot somebody at the power forward position as well. You know what? Well, Chamberlain, I'm sorry, you're getting cut off of this list because I think at number 3 is going to be Dirk Nowitzki. I just realized I had forgotten Dirk, but I do think he is here. He's basically better Wilt, in my opinion. Not as good of a jumper still, but better than Wilt's is, in my opinion. And I think maybe a little more off the dribble ability as well. At least it's not basic SIGs. Now, Wilt's probably even a little glitchier defensively, but to me, I give Dirk the edge. I think Dirk at 3 is right, and I think Wilt falls off the list. Although, if you wanted to argue him on here, you still could. To me, Greg Oden is better than all these guys, though. I understand that he doesn't have the 100 overall stats and badges of a Dirk or a Wilt, but honestly, he's 94 speed at 7 foot with a massive player build, no really good jumper too. I think he's amazing. I think Oden is the best viable power forward in the game right now, honestly. I guess besides one guy, like obviously, I guess a couple guys at center too that can play power forward, specifically 100 overall Kareem is probably a little better as well. But 100 overall, Joel Embiid is the best power forward in the game. No doubt about it. I know his SIGs aren't great. He has a park jumper as a 7-footer with 99 everything. The card is incredibly glitchy. Legitimately one of the best jump shots in the game, period. Arguably the best. I mean, the card is insane. I know his SIGs aren't good. They don't need to be. He is one of the best cards in my team, without a doubt. Definitely the best power forward. And then at the center position is absolutely loaded. Galaxy Opal Wemby comes in at number 5. Obviously not the fastest, but glitchy with his size. Solid jumper, elite defender, elite rebounder. Super good card. Number 4 is Dark Matter KP, who low-key is maybe even arguably a spot or two higher on this list. Again, I think from 4 on, it's pretty tough, 4 through 2 anyway. KP's really good. His shot is amazing. He holds his own defensively. He's fast for a 7'2" big. He's really, really good. But I put Dark Matter Wemby just slightly above him. Again, it's pretty debatable, but to me, I lean Wemby because of the size. I think KP's shot is better, but Wemby's shot on quick on the Dark Matter is a improvement from his Opal. He's a bit faster. I definitely think he is deserving of that number 3 spot. Number 2 is 100 overall Cream, as I've mentioned a couple times. Not as good of a shot as any of these other guys, but more versatile, athletic, and impressive defensively than any of them. And honestly, his shot is a lot better than somebody like a Wilt Chamberlain's, for example. While it's still not an elite jumper, I think he does so much well. It's hard to not put him higher than those guys. And the number 1 on the list is going to be Yao Ming. 7'6", 99 everything. Not the greatest shot in the world, but definitely a good one. The card is unbelievable, and I do believe he is easily the best center in the game still this year in my team. So with that being said, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.